Louisiana beer reviews. Here we are at 8:30 a.m. I was going to go outside, but it's starting to get cloudy and it's like 39 or 40 degrees. I just didn't want to deal with that. So I'm inside. Lagunitas sucks. Brown sugar substitute ale. Okay, introduced in 2011. 8% alcohol. 63.21 international bitterness units. Well, there's a long story about this thing and how they were converting a brewery over and they couldn't make a particular beer, so they made this instead because of their capacity issues and all of that. So, but anyway, you know, you can get on the website and read all that. But they decided to keep it as a brand of beer that they produce. It's described on Beer Advocate and Rate Beer as an American Strong Ale. Okay. We are now getting it in our area. Can't remember how much this was, but I don't recall it being too high. I know it wasn't too expensive because I wouldn't have bought it. I think it was $3.99. Now some people are putting this down as a, ooh, some smoke. They're putting it down as an, or listing it as an IPA or double IPA, but Rate Beer and Beer Advocate are saying American Strong Ale. Didn't look like Lagunitas was classifying it as anything. Beer Advocate was saying world class, the highest possible score. However, the Bros said it was just very good, B+. And then Rate Beer is giving it 99 out of 100 and 99 out of 100 for the style, so world class. I've never had it. It comes in this 32-ounce bottle. And the sun outside is pretty good, so it's clear, mostly clear. There's a slight haze to it, but it's slight. I don't see any particulate matter really, but maybe some powderiness, some stray bubbles. As you can see, the head was thin, off-white. There's like 73 videos that I've got saved on my watch later on YouTube. I didn't save the ones that were the Lagunitas Sucks Challenge, where they're going to chug the whole bottle. I never really watched those chugging videos. I mean, I know some people are interested in that. It's just not my bag, but I'm not going to chug this. Not opposed to it particularly. It's just not what I do. But it certainly smells like an IPA. As soon as I opened it up, it had that piney hop resin. I did the Rebel Rouser, which is similar to this. The Rebel Rouser is 8.4% alcohol, so a little stronger alcohol, and 85 international bitterness units. That's the Samuel Adams, you know, Boston Brewing Company beer. This is 63, so this is lower bitterness. I noticed Mathern started getting the hop stupid again. Might revisit that. So it's sort of a standard pininess, but it's not anything bad like some of the New Belgian, that really strong one they have. It had some kind of bad tasting hops, and somebody described it as fleshy hops, and I agree with that. I just didn't appeal to me. Okay, this smells good, but nothing, you know, remarkable or that you haven't smelt before. It's sort of standard. Bready, certainly, but these IPAs are, this is not an American Strong Ale, okay? I mean, it is an ale and it's strong, so in that sense, yeah, but to me it's an India Pale Ale. It's got all the characteristics, the orange color, you know, the golden orange color, the aroma. I think it's a double IPA. White bread, hoppy bitterness, little sweet sugariness. You know, IPAs tend to have that white bread thing going. Medium body and semi-dry and pretty easy. I mean, yeah, I could chug it. I mean, I'm not going to, but it's, you know, it's semi-drinkable. You know, it's bitter, so you wouldn't want to really drink it down too fast. I like to sip these sort of things. I don't see where the world class is coming from. Now, Tom the Beer Whisperer says, yeah, but explain why, explain why. And he's right. Like, people will give a rating, they don't tell why. They just seem like they're just pulling out numbers, you know. But I'll tell you why. I'm going to give it an A-. It's excellent at the lower end, and I'm going to tell you why. People are saying, well, I'll do it. Okay. It's just so standard. I don't think it's anything too remarkable. It's sort of like just a regular old run-of-the-mill double IPA, and not the greatest one. I think Torpedo, the extra IPA from Sierra Nevada, is better because it's sweeter. It has a little richer flavor. I think it's a higher IBU. It has a more complex hop aroma, whereas this is just standardized, straightforward bitter. The Torpedo seems to like go through like a little progression in their hop profile, and to me, the Rebel Rouser did the same thing. And some people were saying Rebel Rouser, you know, I think people were ripping on the Rebel Rouser or downgrading it simply because of who produces it, because it's a macro beer, you know, mass-produced, you know, beer from Boston Brewing. They, by default, didn't like it so much. You know, Lagunitas isn't exactly small time anymore. Neither is Stone. Well, Stone is a macro company now, really. Yes, this is enjoyable. Yes, it's excellent. That's why I'm giving it an A-. Is it something to go seek out? I don't see why. It's marginally better than the Rampant IPA, but tell you the truth, the hops are starting to develop a fleshiness which is not particularly appealing. You know, if you really think about it, you might not go to A-, but I'm gonna say A- because I don't like to nitpick beers, really. So $3.99 for the Lagunitas Sucks quart bottle, or $2.99 for the Corona from Miliar quart bottle. I saw that the other day. That's a pretty enjoyable beer. Probably one of the most maligned beers on the planet, Corona, but I always liked it. It's so smooth and enjoyable. This is an interesting book, The Girl in the Hairy Paw, from 1977. It's a Flair Books, Avon Books. It's a compilation of articles that were written over the years about King Kong. And I read the whole thing. My uncle gave it to me for my 9-year-old you know, my 9th birthday. But they got all kind of interesting things in here, like when they were making the movie, different notes and speedboat day. Full shot of the boat overturning. The men are swimming ashore for their lives. John is supporting Shirley. Goes through all of that. And then some old background to King Kong, like old stories that maybe they copied off of Gulliver's Travels. Italian edition of Gulliver's Travels. You can see the big ape was really a little man, right? But and then beautiful artwork. Willis O'Brien drew this. That was his idea for the remember when they fell into the crevasse on the Kong Island, whatever that island was, and this book is falling apart. I read it so much when I was a child. And then Willis O'Brien drew the, Kong trying to turn the men over off the log, which he did. Damn. It's got old movie posters. It's all black and white. It's got old movie posters and drawings and a publicity still. Then it goes on to talk about other Kong movies. Oh, it's really a fascinating book. I can't show it all. It goes on and on and on. The music of the King Kong movie, how they did the stop motion animation, and how they built the big hand. They show the guys building the hand, grab the woman. And then different, like I say, later Kong movies, Son of Kong, Mighty Joe Young, which was kind of a copy of that. King Kong Escapes from 1967, Toho. Remember they had King Kong versus Godzilla, which was the third installment of the Godzilla movie. If you remember, Godzilla was killed in the first movie from 1954 by the deoxygenation machine. And then a second Godzilla appeared, Gojira appeared, and fought Anguillus. But then he was buried in ice at the end of the movie, and for about 6 years he was, they presumed, gone, and then he reappeared out of the ice. For some reason, the United Nations submarine and the UN and the whole world forgot where they had buried him, and they were wondering where this radiation was coming from. Never put two and two together. Oh, that's where he was buried. Maybe that's where the radiation's coming from. No, let's just go check it out and get real close to it. And of course, he broke out of the ice and he burned the submarine up and then attacked Japan. And then later suddenly became a hero for no particular reason. Alright, thank you for watching this video production. A-. If you want to try it, you're not going to be out too much money, I don't think. And y'all come on down to New Orleans!